guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you an explosion technique, but first I would just like to say I haven't posted in a long time and I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, I've had a lot going on in the past couple months. I think it's been 3 months. Wow, that's a long time. But 3 months since I've posted. And yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I've been working on a bunch of mocks right now. And there's definitely a lot of things going on in the past couple months. So yeah, let's get into the video. For our first technique, this is definitely the simplest of the three. But yeah, this is like kind of like a small bomb or frags per se. And yeah, let's get into it. So you're gonna need a couple of these ice cream pieces for the technique because that's gonna be the smoke, and very few. But yeah, you're also gonna need at least a 2x2 square to put it on. And once again, a couple ice cream scoops in different colors if you want to. I just did brown for like dirt. And you're also gonna need a little bit of fire just for a small flame ball. So yeah. You probably know this technique, but if you don't, there's a technique where you stick those ice cream pieces together in straight lines like this, and you can curve them in each direction like I'm doing here, see, like kind of outwards and up. But just, yeah, in general, just trying to go for realistic measures, just going all out in each direction. So it's more of a bang. And yeah, so I just keep stacking those up on each, which you can see here. And yeah, you can actually go pretty high, but I like to stay short since whenever I do this, it's supposed to be like a small explosion. And this is the simplest of the three, so keep this one in mind for like small grenades being thrown by a character of your choice. But yeah, just mostly ice cream pieces being stacked. It's mostly what's going on here. But I do warn you, it's very hard to get them to stay like in a straight curved line because you're not really supposed to stick together. And you can also put some around like I'm gonna do. If you have any extra, put some laying around. I think that gives it a lot of depth. And then to finish it off, what I'm about to do here in a sec, you can take your fire pieces and kind of like lay them across. And it doesn't really matter what fire pieces you use, I just use the classic ones. And you can kind of just diagonally lay them across. This will also be hard. Or you can put them straight up. Because I'm doing them straight across, so it will look kind of like a ball. But yeah, as you can see, it's very hard to get to stay because of, you know, most of these explosion techniques not supposed to be where it is in the explosion. But yeah, I think this one turned out looking really well. And by the way, these are only my top 3. So yeah, this is how it will look. You might, if you're going for a different sort of look to it, you'll be interested in the next one. And yeah, let's get on to that. So this technique, the next one, is very different from the other two because it only works for certain, or looks well for certain situations. Like, in my opinion, if like a ship was flying by, like attacking ground forces, then and it was shooting down. This is the kind of effect of like blasting the dirt away in a certain direction. But yeah, here's the pieces you'll need. A bunch of fire pieces and little 1x1 cones and circles, and maybe even a little bit more of those ice cream pieces and smoke. But yeah, just a lot of random fire pieces, doesn't really matter. And if you might want to make it look even better, you could get some chain. Start off, you put these little curve pieces on this 2x2 or 1x2 or 1x4, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, and then you put it like this and kind of curve it. Don't put them all the way down or else it won't go on, unless if you have a flat surface like I do. Yeah, you don't want to push them all the way down or else they won't go on. You gotta push them up a little bit. But yeah, this is one of my favorite techniques because it looks really good, as I said before, for like a ship flying over the ground and firing and kind of making a blast really forcefully in one direction. And I think that was a pretty cool concept. So I came up with this, and this is the part where you take all these see-through, reddish, bluish even cones and kind of just stick them on. And after that, we'll get to this in a sec. But you can we're gonna basically cover it and just stick fire all over it. So it just looks as thick and smoldering as possible because it's a lot of concentrated energy coming from the explosion in one direction. The only thing is, this you can kind of leave this to your creativity. I personally covered up the back with like these see-through orange chains. That's what I got, because the back kind of looks weird without something covering up. So I kind of just like tangled it in these see-through yellow chains. Here we are right now, getting to the fire. You can also use the technique of this fire piece right here. It has to be specifically this old version with these little nubs where you can connect it like so. And yeah, that can also be curved and used for a lot of other things. One of my favorite things you can do with those fire pieces, but keep in mind it can only be done with the old ones. Oh, sorry, that was my cat in the background making really weird noises. But yeah, let's get back to it. But yeah, you can just keep stacking up the fire pieces in these lines. And right now I've just finished it, but now I'm gonna start putting on these little spring shooter things. They are really long and I think they look pretty cool because it looks like shrapnel of a sort. So I just put in a couple of those on and regular fire pieces to just kind of play. You can also just play around with it really. So yeah, I also have these really other weird fire pieces that I don't remember where I got them from, but they look really cool. If you have those, I recommend using them. They look really well on it. But yeah, now for the chains, which gets a little bit more complicated. I just like to kind of tangle them up, through those spaces, just tie it around everything, and clump it up in places too. So it kind of just looks like a big fiery explosion. Yeah, I think that turned out really well, and that's pretty much it. Here's the explosion technique, and moving on to the next one. Okay, this technique is actually my favorite one out of them all because it just looks so boom, explosion-y. It just looks like a big fireball. And this is not for like the first one we did, not like little explosions, but it's used for like big. You can also do this on a much bigger scale than I did, but with just a bunch of them all clumped together. But yeah, this is like for big implosions and stuff. You're going to need a lot of these pieces you can see here. 1x2s, like see-through-ish, orangish, reddish. 1x2s, you're going to need a lot of those, and I'm only doing a small one with not even all the sides. And you're also going to need a couple of these pieces, which have studs, or it's like a snot piece with studs on all sides, or on just two sides for two of them there. But yeah, it doesn't really matter what color those are, you're not going to see them. And you're going to need at least this space. This isn't really a requirement. You can have as much space as you want or like as little, but that's really it. So basically you start off by taking two and kind of cross-cornering them as so. And that's kind of how the technique goes. So you're kind of just making a 4x4, in this case a 4x4 plate, by weaving together these little ones so it looks thick and good, but it's going to be 2 plates thick. That's why we're going to need so many for just even, how many? 3, for just 3, you're going to need quite a bit because it's going to be 2 layers thick. There may be an easier way to do this that takes less pieces, but I personally think this one looks the best. And tell me down in the comments if you know one or have any suggestions. But yeah, once again, I know a couple of people have been looking forward to this video. So yeah, I haven't and also once again, I haven't posted a long time. So good way to kick off the new trend. I don't know why I said that, but yeah, just keep weaving them until you got a 4x. Once again, in this case, a 4x4 square, and you're gonna make 3 of those, which you'll see in a minute. But yeah, just keep weaving together the 1x2s so it makes just this cool layered. So if you look, and I recommend not using too many of one color so it looks nice and smoldering. I've said that twice this video. But yeah, you don't really want to leave any gaps, or else it won't be super stable. So yeah, you're gonna make in this. Well, for what I'm doing, you probably want to make 1, 2. Yeah, you'd probably want to make 4 for what I'm doing, or 5. I don't know, but I'm just doing 3 for the example. But you get the basic idea that we're gonna make 4. We're gonna make yes, actually 4 in this case. Never mind. But yeah, we're gonna make a bunch of these and kind of connect them all together. So let's just go ahead. Alright, after that small speed build right there, we have all 3, or technically 5 sides, if you're including these little ones. Now all it's left to do is design and connect each one of these. So right now we just have these flat plates, and that is definitely not what we want. So I left a couple extra of these just to put some cool designs on them before we cover them in yellow triangles and red triangles because it looks explosion-y. So now we're just doing the detail, putting on these little cheese slopes and studs and 1x1 see-through red things that just make it look have more depth to the build itself. And yeah, I think that makes it look a lot cooler. Without this, it would just be like a see-through reddish orange box. But yeah, this makes it get a lot more depth. And even on the last technique we did, we used some cones and some spring shooter pieces and fire. You can put some of that on here too if you want it to be more like less of a implosion, once again, less of a big round explosion, more like a bang explosion where everything flies everywhere. It's not so cleanly a circle, but not like this is a circle. It's more of a square. But yeah, I think this gives it a lot more depth to the explosion itself. And after this, we are going to connect them all together with those snot studs on all side pieces I mentioned earlier. And we also have these little side pieces, as I said, there's these little side pieces that I'm going to put on just for show because of the look and the angle I'm going to put it at, and the fact that this isn't actually going on in a build of mine. But not the technique, definitely, because it's my favorite technique, but this specific one will not be, because all the other projects I'm working on right now are currently almost finished, which is great. So be looking out for those new videos that I'm going to post. So yeah, now to connect them. So basically, you take your first one and you stick it on one of them on the corner, with the bottom of it facing the bottom of wherever your explosion is going to be. but here it doesn't really matter. And then just put another one on the other side, like this, or on the under it, how I'm doing here in this order. You don't have to do it in this order, but just put it on, and then connect another one, like a corner, like you would make a snot corner. And then you're gonna need another one on the side, here. And then you're gonna need another one on the other side. And there are also other snots so that you could go all the way around, but I'm just doing a 3-1 right here, and I'm putting those there so you just have more stability and look better. But just for example, it's just going to be like, that's going to be the inside. Usually go all the way around, or at least mostly all the way. And the cool thing about this is you can put a bunch of them together and it will look like a kind of bubbly explosion, which I like the look of. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Here's the finished product, and yeah, I'm just gonna put it on. I'm not actually gonna attach it to the plate for now. But yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.